Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Laurina. Today we're going to be talking about how to start a shoe collection, like where to start, what type of shoes to start with, etc. The reason why I'm doing this video is because every time people walk into my room, they're kind of like, how? So my shoe collection is not that big at all, like compared to everybody else. It's not that big, but we can all help each other out. So if you'd like to watch this video, continue watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and if you are not new and you've already subscribed, thank you for coming back. So I'd like to start off by saying that the tips I'm going to be giving are for people who want to start a wearable shoe collection, because there are different types of shoe collections that you can have. Like you can have what do you call this? It's like a collector's item shoe collection. So you basically collect to how do I describe this? Like you collect to keep shoes and make them vintage and then sell them off at a profit. Just like, you know, some people sell vintage bags, some people sell vintage cars. You can do that with shoes. Obviously you won't be wearing them, so yeah. And then you can also have like an investment shoe collection, which I guess is also the same thing, but it seems like with investment shoe collections it's more just buying designer shoes. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why you would just like to buy designer shoes and just for just. You can't even wear them. But hey, it is what it is. You do you, I'll do me. I want a wearable shoe collection, so this is what the tips are going to be on. Tip number one when it comes to starting a shoe collection is don't fall for the hype. Just because these dogs. Just because the shoe is being hyped up right now doesn't mean you necessarily need to get it. And I'm saying this because of that ridiculous plastic shoe thing that's been going on around. I'm going to put a picture up on it. I am going to put a picture up on that ridiculous shoe in this video. And please, if you are subscribed to my channel and you wear those shoes, we have issues. Like, guys, those shoes are ugly, okay? They look like, oh, I can't even think about them. Like, every time I look at those shoes, I think of sweat. Like, aren't your toes sweaty? They look disgusting. They look ugly. Listen, do not wear those plastic pieces of plastic. Okay, let's leave that in 2016. Just because a shoe is hyped up and it's trendy right now doesn't mean you need to get it, okay? We're talking about a wearable shoe collection here, okay? Don't, guys, please, no. Tip number two when it comes to starting a shoe collection, which is actually tip number one, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to be putting these in order. It's really no specific order. Cover your basic needs. Think about what kind of person you are and how often you wear heels, and then you'll be able to gauge whether, like, what type of shoes you need. I mean, if you are thinking of wearing shoes every day at the office, then I wouldn't suggest you buy 8-inch heels or 6-inch heels or whatever, and that's what's in your closet. Hello, you're going to be going to work. That is just not practical. For some people, maybe it is if you're going to be sitting down, but for most, it's not. So if you're thinking of work shoes, then kitten heels, which aren't really my favorite, but they are really practical. And kitten heels are just those shoes that have like they're pointy shoes that have a low heel. I'm gonna try and like put the shoes up on the video. If you would like, however, a video or a video on my entire shoe collection, me showing you what I have, where I got it from, how I got it, because some of these shoes I got for a bargain, then request it in the comment section below. Otherwise, I will just be showing mini clips of the shoes that I'm talking about. So just think of your basic needs. If you're a person that wears heels, let's say when you go out once a month, then you can splurge out and buy like really expensive shoes, because, well, you're not going to be wearing them that often, and they can be high as whoever cares, because you're not going to be wearing them that often. You're probably going to be wearing them for like 5 hours max because you're on a night out, or 2 hours if you're going for dinner. So just think of the type of person you are and stop trying to follow trends. There are some people out there who wear shoes to the office every day and can walk in 6-inch heels, but that may not be necessarily you or your lifestyle. So just think about what it is you want to achieve and go from there. When I started out my shoe collection, it was basically just like shoes for going out. So the first couple of shoes that I have are like sky high. Like I was trying to touch the damn clouds up in those shoes. Like really, I don't understand. Like they're really high. And now I'm trying to be more practical when it comes to shoes. Like I want to be able to wear heels, high heels to meetings or you know, meetups with bloggers and whatever. And I just cannot be walking around in like 8-inch heels anymore. Okay, so lifestyle changes, and you also have to think about that. Are you going to be that person that only wears heels every weekend for the rest of your life, or are you at some point going to need practical shoes that you can go to the office with or can walk around in the mall with? I don't understand people who walk around in the mall with heels. Big ups to you. I think one day I'll be that person, but right now like no. Another thing you have to think of when you are starting a shoe collection is whether, like I said before, whether you want investment shoes or whether you want practical everyday wear shoes. And that will determine how much you're willing to spend on a pair of shoes at each go. So if you want everyday wear and you know you need, like, let's say 5 pairs of shoes for that work week, and you want to, you know, wear different shoes every single day, buying shoes that are like 1.5 each, depending on your budget, just isn't practical. So you have to decide whether you want quality or quantity. I will forever, ever, ever, and ever say go for quality over quantity, no matter what your shoe, what do you call this? No matter your reasons for getting shoes. So even if it's like investment, everyday wear, vintage selling, whatever, go for quality over quantity. Starting a shoe collection isn't just going to happen in like 6 months, unless you can afford to buy like 10 pairs of shoes every single month, which I wouldn't suggest you do because it's not that serious. So always go for quality over quantity. It's better to have 2 pairs to start off with, for example, 2 pairs of really, really high quality shoes, and not buy shoes for the next 3 months because now you've just spent all your shoe budget money, rather than you having 5 pairs of low quality shoes and then you have to now replace them every 3 or 4 months or whatever, you know. So just think about it. Really think about your lifestyle before you even start with anything. So the easiest way to stick to your whole quality over quantity mission is to make a list of shoes that you want to have. Like, let's say your dream list of shoes, like Louboutins or whatever else it is you want to collect. I mean, this can even be sneakers. And think about how much you will be wearing those type of shoes and try and stick to that as much as possible. So if you, for example, want to first start off with high quality shoes, and you want to start off with 5 Louboutin shoes, for example, or 5 Aldo shoes, stick to that. Even if you find cheaper shoes in a different brand or whatever, stick to your list, and then you can veer off after you have achieved your initial goal, because it's very easy to just go around and buy shoes for no reason and never wear them. I would know. So yeah, create a list, stick to that, try and not fall for the hype and all of that, and you will be fine. So like I said before, it's all about what you like. Don't fall for the hype. Don't be buying shoes just because they're trendy, because 9 times out of 9 trendy shoes are not going to be trendy tomorrow. I mean, those plastic things, don't wear them right now. They are already out of fashion. I mean, people are going to be looking at you. Even people that liked the shoes before are going to be looking at you right now and be like, girl, no. So really just stop with the trends. No, when it comes to shoes, because they're things that you have to wear often, you can't be buying trendy shoes. To me, trendy shoes and trendy bags are a big no. I mean, you can buy like trendy dresses, trendy jewelry, trendy anything really, but because shoes are such they're a must when you wear an outfit, obviously you can't be buying trends, because then you're just gonna look foolish. Unless you want to buy shoes every single day, not day, okay, I'm exaggerating. Unless you want to buy shoes like every single week, because that's how fast trends move these days, then no. And please don't buy those plastic shoes. Like, I am going to keep saying it because they're ridiculous. Like Okay, now let's be serious. We're all grown. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, we're grown. Get you a job, girl. Get you a job, like a job. Not even like a job. That's fine if you don't have a job, but get you a job, because shoes are expensive and you can't be out here not having groceries because now you bought shoes with your grocery money. So I would suggest, if you want to like start a shoe collection, because I know some people are very passionate about shoes, okay? If you want to do that and you want to collect shoes, go ahead. If you want to collect makeup, go ahead. If you want to collect coins, go ahead. If you want to collect handbags, go ahead. But don't be foolish about things. Don't be going into debt. Don't be going to take out credit. Don't be going and borrowing money from loan sharks. Don't do that, okay? Just get a job. Even if you have a job that is whose income is solely for buying shoes and everything else in your life is covered, of course, then fine. But don't take that rent money to go and buy a pair of shoes. Don't be ridiculous now, okay? Just take it easy. It's not that serious. A pair of 3 is, to me, a crowd. So you already have a collection if you have more than 3 shoes. So relax, okay? Relax. Sales are your best friend. Like most of my shoes, I would have to say 60% maybe of my shoes I got from a sale, because shoe prices are ridiculous, okay? And I don't wear heels every day. Like I said to you, when I started this collection, it was like going out shoes, which is like maximum once a week. So I wasn't going to be going out here and having shoes for 2,000 rand that I'm going to wear once a week, and then during the week now I have no groceries and rent isn't paid and I ain't got no petrol. Like, girl, okay? So be practical about it, okay? If you can't afford a pair of Aldo shoes, for example, or whatever, find, even if you can't wait for a sale, because let's just be practical about things. Sometimes even when some of these, what's happening? Don't do that. If we're going to be honest, some of these shoes, even if they are on like 99% off on sale, the prices are still ridiculous. So what you can do is find dupes, not replicas, dupes. Y'all know how I feel about replicas. Basically, a replica is like if you can't afford, for example, a Louboutin shoe, and then you go out there and buy a shoe with a red bottom that is meant to look like a Louboutin shoes. Right now there are various shoe brands that have the red bottom. They're not trying to be replicas of Louboutin, but they just want a certain type of red, right? That's not a replica. And it's not even a dupe either. It's just like people following Louboutin. And another replica would be like if you were to go out there and get, what other shoe has like a prominent label? Okay, Luella. Luella sometimes has that little gold Luella under the shoe. So let's say you go out to Luella and then you see the shoe and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't afford it, but I really want to look like I can. And then you go out and buy a shoe that has a Luella sticker or Luella little gold thing under the shoe so that you can say you have Luella. I don't get it. I don't think you should do that. If you can't afford something, rather just get a dupe. So for example, I have a pair of shoes that have red bottoms. I hate that. But I didn't know they were dupes of Louboutin shoes until probably like a year or two later. But that's what I mean by a dupe. So it's the same shape of a shoe, it's the same feel, it's the same style, but it's not trying to look like something it's not. I also have a pair of nude Aldo shoes that may look like a pair of, what you call this, Louboutin shoes, but they're not trying to look like Louboutin shoes. It's Aldo, it's just there, you know. So rather try and get a dupe of a brand that you may not necessarily be able to afford right now, rather than trying to get a replica so that you can look like you can. It's just like the polo bag, the one with the little horses on the outside. If you can't afford it, guys, let's just not do it, okay? Let's just get another bag with the same shape, the same space, the same feel, but doesn't have the little polo little horses on the outside. Just don't, okay? Let's just try and keep it authentic as possible. Another thing you need to be aware of or think of or know when you are starting a shoe collection is the size that you are in different cuts of shoes. So for example, pointy shoes, you may be a bigger size because pointy shoes don't have as much room space for your toes as, let's say, open toe shoes do, or sandals or stilettos or pumps or whatever. So just know your size in different cuts, and that will also help you out when you're online shopping, which is another thing that I would suggest you do if you want to start a shoe collection, because sometimes you can get these shoes online from various retailers way cheaper than you would get them if you were to walk into a store. So just know your size and try and buy as close to that size as possible. Do not buy shoes that don't fit just because they're on sale. I have done that. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Now I have this pair of shoes. I don't know where to sell them. I don't know who to give them to because they're just not the right size. And I bought them because I was like, oh, sale. And then don't do that. Do not, I repeat, and I do not understand when people do this. Do not buy shoes if you have not tried them on. Like, it just doesn't work, guys. The equation doesn't balance. It's 5 minus 6 to a grade 1 level student. Like, it doesn't work. Buy shoes only once you've tried them on. Allow yourself to walk around the store, sit down, stand up, even if you can, like, do a little jog. Don't let them see you. But yeah, just test out shoes, guys, because sometimes, especially if a shoe is on sale and we wanted it, we kind of tend to get carried away and then just buy it for no reason, and then sometimes you don't return it, and then now you've spent money on a pair of shoes that you will never wear when you could have just waited and bought a pair of shoes, maybe even for more money, but a pair of shoes that would have been practical in your life that you can wear on a regular basis. So try out shoes, walk, run, sit, I don't know, stretch, I don't know. Do whatever it is you think you're going to do in those shoes, and try and stay in them as long as possible. Like, just stand still in one place and see, like, are your feet hurting? Because some people's feet do hurt like literally 2 minutes after putting on heels. If they start hurting in the store, do not think that you will be able to wear them outside the store. Be practical about it. So last but not least, remember that you're building a small collection of shoes that you will wear over and over again, that fit well, that you will love, rather than a large pair of ill-fitting, trendy, fashionable shoes that are just there, literally for like Instagram pictures and nothing else. So just be practical. Like I said, this video is for wearable shoes and a collection of shoes that you will actually walk around with. But if you want advice on like investment shoes, and if you want to start a shoe collection for the purposes of reselling, then I suggest you watch another video. But this is for wearable, practical, every day, every weekend type of shoe collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like more fashion advice videos, or shoe advice videos or whatever, then leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you would like a video on my shoe collection, I'll be glad to do that. Just leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share, because I feel like we all need to have just a teeny little tiny collection of shoes. As a shoe addict, that's what I say. But otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.